And that's just a screening test. That's like doing a physical examination from top to bottom. Not the physical examination where they listen to your heart through your sweater and your blouse and your bra. A physical examination, take off the clothes. And and then in addition to that, I think everybody should have a periodic chest x-ray. And I think every male should have an electrocardiogram every year. And people who have high cholesterol, hypertension, diabetes, ought to have a stress test periodically. I think you ought to have a PSA after the age of 50, 55, 60. I think you ought to have a colonoscopy every 5 years. I don't know when to stop. I'm not going to have another one. My last one was, what, 3 years, 4 years ago? I quit.
What about the virtual?
The what? The
The
virtual.
virtual colonoscopy.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Virtual?
The virtual colonoscopy, virtual anything, really means a CAT scan. And they do a CAT scan. Do they put the barium in your, no, it's just air. Use air.
They plenty of air, and that air hurts. They blow
Yes,
you
it
up
does.
like a balloon, and it hurts
Yeah,
like
it
hell.
hurts. Anytime you stretch the bowel, it hurts. Yeah. Okay, they clean you out as you would for a regular colonoscopy. Then they insert air in, and then put a balloon in your rectum so you can't pass the air. And then they take slices of your abdomen with the CAT scan, and they're looking at the surface, the inner surface of the colon, all the way around. Well, that's fine for polyps. If the polyps are 5 millimeters or more, that's fine. If you have a tumor and the tumor sticks up 3/4 of an inch, you'll find it, you'll see it. But what happens when you see it? You have to have a colostomy. You have to have a colonoscopy to biopsy what you see. Okay, what about flat or sessile polyps? There are growths which are flat or just barely above the surface. They can be missed on a virtual colonoscopy. Can they be missed on a regular colonoscopy?
Yeah.
Sure they can. It all depends on the skill and experience of the endoscopist. Not just anybody can do this. Yes, oh, I'm sorry, Anna.
What does it mean and what should you do about it if the doctor says, watch your cholesterol?
Watch it go on.
The first thing you do is you say to the server, don't tell me what the ice cream is. If your cholesterol's high, then you should be on a low-fat diet. You should also exercise, and you should also try to get your weight down to the best that you can do. But I am a proponent of statins. I think statins are the marvelous, marvelous substance. And the statins reduce the LDL cholesterol to very acceptable levels.
What about these vegetables that we have that are coated in something? And the fish is swimming in something.
I think we have to go to Valerie over here and ask Valerie what she's going to do about that as head of the dining committee.
Well, Tom says he does very little actual frying of food. There are very other techniques of baking and so on, and unless you get fried chicken or something that's clearly fried, you don't get as much as you think.
But when I take the vegetables home and put
Yeah,
them in the
I know, they
refrigerator,
write them in.
there's a whole bunch of stuff on it.
Valerie says that Tom says he's using as little fat as possible. And Ann says when she takes the stuff home and puts it in the refrigerator, it gets coated with some kind of stuff.
My last blood test, they included B12.
Yeah, okay. They included B12. Why did they do that? Well, B12, again, this is my opinion, not the opinion of the Harvard Medical School or the Mayo Clinic. In my opinion, B12 is destroyed in the stomach by the stomach acid. And therefore, I don't think B12 can be effectively given by mouth. All right. If you would have a condition in which you had an inadequate amount of gastric acid, then you would not be able to absorb whatever B12 is in your food. Achlorhydria, meaning no hydrochloric acid in the stomach, interferes with the absorption of B12 and iron. So, you checking your B12 level, maybe you checking because your hemoglobin is 11 instead of 13. Or maybe, I don't know what else. A problem with B12 causes a condition called pernicious anemia. But, you know, we haven't had pernicious anemia in 50, 60 years since we've had B12 injection. My mother had pernicious anemia. We had to eat liver every day. Every day.
Everybody.
That's the only thing that they knew that would help pernicious anemia in the 30s. Had a lot of liver.
How did they find out that you had? I had an uncle that had, and he had to take that shot all
Yeah.
the rest of his life since they
Yeah.
died. And how did they find that?
How did they find the B12?
I meant the anemia, the pernicious
Well, the
anemia.
pernicious anemia has a particular look under the microscope. They're large cells, it's macrocytic anemia, and there are only a few things that cause that, but they did find out that it was B12 that cured it, and you don't see pernicious anemia in clinical practice anymore. You have to go to some developing country to do that.
You mentioned that they could tell whether you make too much blood. What causes making too much blood?
What causes making too much blood? The thing that causes making too much blood is an overactive bone marrow. And
Overactive what?
bone marrow. Your blood is manufactured in the center of your bones, particularly your femurs, your pelvis, spine, and that's where you make your blood. And there are conditions which are borderline malignant and often turn in their end stages into actual leukemias, and that's a condition relatively rare where the treatment is take the blood out of the person, donate a pint of blood every month. Bleed it, yeah, like worship, you know, general worship. Yes?
My understanding is that the PET scan can detect cancer any place in the body.
I don't know about that.
You don't know.
What did she say? What did she
The
say?
question was, will a PET scan detect cancer anywhere in the body? And the answer to that is, I don't know. However, I'll give you what I think I know. And that is, if you give a substance, and I don't know what the substance is, that would be picked up by cells that are multiplying rapidly, turning over new cells very rapidly, then you could pick up an area you could suspect as being malignant. But I don't know that, and I don't know what a PET scan costs, but it's up in the thousands. And I don't know that that's a reasonable way of screening for cancer. Now, if you know a person has cancer, let's say you have a bad one, like ovarian cancer, and then you want to know, has the tumor spread? Then maybe it would be justified under those circumstances. If you have a brain tumor, is it a single brain tumor or are there multiple? You may do a PET scan under those circumstances. You know, brain cancers are not necessarily single. They can be in more than one place at the same time. And not metastasis, two different. Well, I don't know much about PET scans. That's kind of beyond. Okay. Anything else? We've had a very, very good session. More questions than usual.
Are you serving beer right now?
I asked Mary if she would supply cookies and coffee, but she said she's retired and she doesn't cook anymore.